Okay, so today is May 28th, 2021, and we're doing the astrology class via Zoom on astrocartography today. So I'm going to share the screen again and dive back into it. So does that make sense? Like wherever you're at on the planet, it's fun because you can just go using your, I don't know if you have a touch screen or what your computer is, but if you don't have a touch screen,
To zoom in,
there's a little plus or minus down on the bottom. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Right here. So that's what you would use if you don't have like a touch screen. But you can always pull this up on your phone. It's easier to do the touch screen thing on your phone. But you can just go,
Right.
More and more. And I mean, it gets really detailed. You just go zoom in more and more and more. And it's got down here, 114 west longitude. It's got 10 kilometers, 5 mile. I mean, it's a map. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to point out is within 500 miles, the energy is the same.
Okay.
And it says you want to go the more west the line is. Like say, okay, so you live in, let's see. Let's go to Las Vegas. So you would click on Las Vegas.
Just click on Las Vegas? Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh. And then see at the top on my screen, it's got the Midhaven North Node line here. Within 500 miles, you're going to be accessing that energy.
Okay.
So the more west you are of the line, the more concentrated and more powerful you feel that line. Like over here, you got your Pluto IC line. So if you lived near this line within 500 miles, to the west of it especially, you'd really be feeling the Pluto energy. So the themes that come up for you, you'll notice is all centered around death, funeral home, like stuff like that, old habits, transformation. So you live pretty close to your, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what other lines you live close by. If I zoom out, because it's saying again, because it's within 500 miles of where you were born, which is that crossing Mercury Chiron thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's still in the same, very similar energy to where you're born. It's still in the same line. So living in Vegas is still highlighting the same themes. So now that you've read just it's like the standard meaning, on the top, it says show details. You click that and now it's going to show all of the mini lines that intersect. That was just the primary one. And so now you would read all of these and it says you have clicked on the geographical position of 115 west, 4 degrees, 36 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And then it's got crossing Mercury Chiron line, which we read. Then it's got crossing Jupiter Uranus line, and it's got crossing Sun Uranus and crossing Sun Moon. So it's showing all of the aspects. That was just the primary line that we read.
Right.
So then you can
So
dive
I'm clicking on Vegas or my birthplace.
Well, either one, because it's like it's
close. Within right. Okay.
Yeah. So let's click
on 500 miles.
Let's just click on Vegas because you're there now. And but yeah, it's the same lines because it's within 500 miles. So see, it's got these 4 themes in your life. So crossing Mercury Chiron, you read. Communication is
That's
healing,
Jupiter.
basically, for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So the more you write, the more you speak, the more you express, the more you put yourself out there. Because Mercury, Gemini is all about, and that's your moon. Like, put yourself out there, doing blogs, doing YouTube videos, putting yourself out there is, crossing that Chiron line. That's your theme right now of how you're healing yourself. And maybe that's why you're there, is to really tap into those lines of helping you to communicate and heal through speech.
Yeah.
But then, you would click on the Jupiter-Uranus line that's also playing out. It's also the energies that you're tapping into. Jupiter Midhaven. Your Midhaven's your career line. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So, did you want to read this one?
Sure. Endless possibilities are offered by this planetary combination by way of new, exciting, creative impulses and adventures. Here you will encounter unusual and abrupt changes in your life. These events are generally positive, but there are certain risks due to carelessness, recklessness, and a devil-may-care attitude about tomorrow. Your sense of freedom and independence is extraordinarily high. This may lead to a tolerant and liberal attitude to life, but can also mean restlessness and result in spontaneous and irresponsible behavior. Family obligations are ignored. Instead, you develop your own type of independence and originality. To be free is your top priority. In these regions, you venture forth to new shores, become a knight in shining armor, a globetrotter, or brilliant researcher. The application of modern technology and electronics has positive results. Your thinking moves with the times and supports an avant-garde type of philosophical belief. There is a cosmopolitan flavor about you, and you declare the whole world your home.
So yeah, it's reading these helps you to tap, like, it's bringing it from the subconscious, like these are running in the background, these energies through you. But when you're making it more conscious by reading it, you have more access to tapping into those planets. You could even like shamanic astrology, you can meditate with them. If you're struggling in a certain area, you can like communicate with that planet, meditate with Jupiter, meditate with Chiron, meditate with Uranus. Uranus is intense, like Sun-Uranus line. That's like drastic change. Actually, let's read that one, the Sun-Uranus line.
But okay. Things can always turn out differently with this saying. You begin to get an idea about the nature of this region. Forget trying to fight the effect of this planetary combination by carefully working out plans and attaching to exactitudes. The more flexible and open to experimentation you are, the easier it is for you to use those energies present to apply to all areas of your life in a new and successful way. Thinking and acting in old and conventional ways no longer satisfies. You are keen to discover new and unusual challenges. With great enthusiasm and high expectations, you strive for a more just and ideal future. In the eyes of others, you appear as an eccentric outsider whose unpredictable and revolutionary style of behavior stirs up excitement and unrest. You actually like this role of provocative stirrer. Disregarding all public opinion of yourself, you follow your own path and push aside any obstacle in your way. Your main motivation is freedom, personal independence, and self-actualization.
So remember, this isn't new. You're pretty much born on this line. So this is kind of the lines you embody.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this is, like, as a child, I can see this.
Yeah.
And so then, the rest of childhood happened and crushed it all.
But yeah, I mean, so studying where you're born, the lines, you're really studying like, wow, I've been really working with these energies a while, and now I live in Vegas. It's the same pretty much lines. So there's something about our souls that's weird. Like, I've moved from Tucson probably 10 times when I was younger, and it was a boomerang, and it would bring me right back to Tucson. And I tried to get out of it, but like your soul, your higher self knows, like, anywhere versus anywhere in the world, this is going to be the most beneficial for you. if it's Vegas, if it's Prescott, that's what your soul's expansion is being facilitated by the most, is these planetary lines. So instead of judging it like, God, I hate Prescott, that's where my childhood abuse crap was and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, that's where you grew the most as a soul. So, don't hate the planetary lines. But yeah, of course, being, trauma is horrible, but like, it's your soul's expansion and you're still in the same lines. So it's like, you're healing through your communication. You're healing the most in this line. So, is there any part of the world that you're super drawn to? Let's look at that.
Yeah,
like
right now, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because if you had all the money and time in the world and you were like, where on the world would I love to visit? A good place to help people find would be a Venus line. A Venus line is more harmonious, it's more artsy. You get more in touch with your sensuality and the five senses. It's a lighter place. Jupiter lines are, about expansion, and they're typically more lucky and they're more easygoing. Unless it's like Jupiter conjunct Pluto line, then no, but
right, that's why you look at those things.
Yeah. So let's see, your Venus line, because obviously a Mercury line is going to highlight, you're going to be talking more, you're going to be thinking more, you're going to be communicating more. Venus line, you're going to be more focused on love and self-love and material pleasures and money, and it's more easygoing. Mars line, you're going to be more active, you're going to be more masculine, you're going to be more driven and maybe angsty and angry and fiery and fighting people more. Or Chiron lines, right? You're gonna you're gonna be more focused on healing when you're on a Chiron line, which you are.
Imagine that.
So it says like your Venus line runs right through South America. So you could do like ayahuasca journeys in South America or something.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, your Venus line runs through the East Coast. You have this green line is Venus. So New York is a Venus line for you.
Oh, New York. I want to go to New York.
Yeah, so right here, let's see.
Oh my gosh. My Zoom is so sensitive. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can.
That was
I have this cool dual screen phone. Go ahead.
So my mistake. This is also green. This is Mercury. It's more Mercury. New York is Mercury. My bad.
Okay. That's right.
The Venus is the dark green, and it runs through. You got Michigan, Ontario, Canada. What else is South Carolina, North Carolina,
the Bahamas? The Bahamas? Oh, I'm going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, the Bahamas. Right, bam. Let's see. Venus descendant line. So this is very harmonious for your relationships.
I lost my earpiece.
I know. I was like, what was that noise? You're good.
It like flew behind me, and I'm like, oh crap, where'd it go? My hair did it.
That Leo mane. So yeah, the Bahamas would be a great vacation for you and your loved one because it's on your relationship and Venus line. So that'd be a super romantic getaway.
That'd be fun.
And yeah, it just keeps going.
I've always wanted to go to London. Okay,
let's look at London.
Yeah. Is there
The
a way
one-
to type in specifically?
I was just going to say, in my software, you can. In this, it's a pain in the ass.
Okay.
You have to like physically scroll.
Scroll to it. Okay.
I mean, there's a thing where you go down here to Europe,
Yeah, I guess that would be a little bit easier potentially, huh?
but no typing, unfortunately. So,
United Kingdom, London.
where's London?
It's
Ireland.
up under United Kingdom, where it says United Kingdom right there. It's down, so like to the right of Ireland.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
Let's look at that line. The moon's nodes and the descendant line. So relationships and the moon, which is your subconscious. Yeah, so the main emphasis in these regions is based entirely on the subject of relationships and partnerships. You can learn to put aside your own interests and become more open to the needs of others, which you're already good at. It becomes apparent how much you need contact, love, and attention from other people. You seek approval from your surrounds and the carrying out of joint ventures, even if it's difficult to meet the many demands. Discovering your partner becomes the central theme in your life here. And during these times with your partner, you realize your own freedom must not jeopardize the freedom of others. You overcome the view of a purely egotistical attitude and are capable of according the same rights to another person as to yourself. That's why it's fun to visit places too. It's like some lines are super like, it totally affects you.
Yeah.
It's crazy how just standing on different parts of the planet really highlights things and changes your whole personality sometimes. It's crazy because that's where past life activations happen, is when you travel. You like go in a certain part of the world where your soul has been before, and there's like literally a DNA activation that occurs. And some parts of the world, they're catalysts for that. And it's crazy. That's why traveling is so amazing, is if your soul has been here before and you're standing in the same place you were before, your cellular memory is going to like activate. You're going to have all these like visions, or there's a reason why your soul needed to go back to that part of the world, is like do some kind of like soul retrieval because there was some fragmentation that happened. But it's crazy.
That's funny. Because the next thing I did was, it's close. I clicked on Italy and Rome. Because I traveled there in college.
Yeah.
And it's just very now to like to go back and maybe read those things.
Well, that's actually part of your homework, is all the places you've been to. So yeah, you get it. You're tapped in. So all the places you've been to before, I want you to click on it and I want you to read about it and see what comes up for you and go, oh shit, that's why that experience highlighted this experience. Like it's really awesome to go back in time for a moment and click on the places you've been and reflect on what came up for you.
Yeah.
Depending on where you were standing.
Yeah.
And why.
Yeah.
Where's a place that you would want to move? Because this next part, I want to show you how the next step for people is when they're really set on, I'm really drawn to this place. You can then click on it and then on a separate tab, bring up the chart for them. And it arranges the chart differently. So that this is the next step for helping people with traveling. So where's a place?
Okay. I think right now, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, where's a place you're drawn to move, like that you're really magnetized to?
Right now, we have talked a lot about like, oh, wouldn't it be, the dream to move to Canada? And specifically, like the Victoria area. I think it's because you can like take a boat from Washington up to it.
So the Victoria
But as I'm
Islands.
yeah,
Do you want me to click on that one?
yeah. Does it pop up with crossing Venus, Neptune?
This one actually has, well, it's got, let me click on show details, but the main one is the moon's nodes and the MC line, which is your career. It really helps you with your career here. Then you click on show details and then it shows all of, and this has got a shitload of lines it crosses.
And see, okay, hold on. I gotta see if I can click exactly where you're at, because mine is not showing all those.
So on the very top of the right-hand screen, it's got show details box. All you do is click on the show details box.
Yeah, and where I clicked, it's not showing. I think I have to like zoom in and like, you know, get there a little better. Okay, zoom. Let's go right there. Yeah, why it does not want to show me that same exact? Maybe I'm not clicking right on the Victoria Islands. Let me keep zooming.
Is it just
Is
showing
it
you
Vancouver Island?
I'm sure there is one, but I definitely clicked on the Victoria Island. Are you not finding it?
No, but that's okay. I can probably read off your screen.
So it says Prince of Wales Island, Somerset Island. Like if you keep going to the top, like scrolling it more north, up, you'll get to, it says Prince of Wales, Somerset Island, Banks Island, Victoria Island. It's like pretty north.
Oh, okay. I was much farther south. Oh, don't. I see it. Victoria Island. All right, moons, nodes, MC line, and then a whole bunch of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
okay.
This will be a fun one. I mean, that's the thing is going to visit too, and after you kind of read all the many different, I think there's a bunch of energies playing itself out. So this is like really high concentrated place for you. It's like it's like a multifaceted place to live if you lived here. You never get bored.
I think a trip, a trip might be enough. I don't know. Looking at this, I'm like, holy moly.
Yeah, because sometimes it could be too much and coming in, too much information, too much opportunity, too like the overwhelm, information overload kind of place to live. And this looks like it could be that way.
Potentially, yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, some people love variety and they love change so much that you could fall in love with it, all the many different opportunities and experiences. So it really depends on where you're at in your life and what kind of person you are. And
my first ever dream job, I thought I wanted to be a ER trauma surgeon.
Oh.
And the reason I picked that was because I would never be bored. Every day when I went to work, it would be something different and I would never be bored.
True, but
I found different avenues. I didn't want to go to school for that long, really. Anyway.
Well, then maybe this would be a great place for you to live.
Well, yeah, I'll read all these things. Jeez. I don't have to do it right now, though, necessarily.
Nice. So let's now pretend that you're moving here and we'll pull up. I got to share the screen to this other tab. Let's see. So pull up this other tab.
I'm going to try to log into it on my phone as well.
Okay.
So that.
Come on, internet. Woohoo. Okay, so do you want to do this with me? I'll walk you through this.
Okay, yeah.
So you're essentially going to go back to the main page of My Astro. You're going to pull up your name again. Where'd you go?
Okay.
There you are. Then you're going to go to extended chart selection, like we normally do. And now we're going to go to chart type. I can't remember if it's this chart. Yeah, location space chart. So you're going to see how it says the sections, round, special, affirmis. That's what I wanted to go over a little bit today, is the different types of charts.
Okay.
We're going to, it's the default, it's always in the round section.
Okay.
So we're not going to move that. We're going to go to chart type.
Okay.
And we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. There's draconic chart, there's comparison, local space chart. We're going to go to local space chart, relocation chart.
Okay.
And then we're going to scroll down, and it says default settings, and it's got Prescott, because that's where you're born, the reference place.
Okay.
We're going to modify the data. And now we're going to click other town. And we're going to click the whole world because it's like Victoria Islands, Canada. So are you with me so far?
Yep, Victoria. I'm just making sure I clicked that same one. There was so many there. Okay.
All right, so continue, click continue. And then, sorry, now it recorrected it. So now we're gonna go back down to local space chart relocation.
Chart.
And you click here to show the chart. So it's got the latitude, longitude on this one. So I'm going to go back and see if that other one is more easier local space chart. Local space chart. There's another one where it's like it moves the whole thing around, so it's easier to read. I think it's this one, relocation chart. Yep, it's this one. Okay. So did you see how I did that? This is the top. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it's like the third, the locals, the relocation.
Well, that needs reference place.
Yeah, so that's what we put in. We put in the reference place, and then we do the relocation chart that says need reference place. So that's the one that I use because it moves everything around on your chart as if it's a birth chart. Now it's showing you this is what your chart's going to be like when you live here on this planet or on this place on Earth. So you're still going to be Leo rising, but your stuff's moved around. So what do you notice that's different about your birth chart here?
I have a lot less shit in my 4th house.
Nice. So now where's your stuff? Now you have a stellium. You have 2 stelliums. Because stelliums are 3 or more planets, not asteroids, got to be planets. So you have stellium now in the 8th house and in the 5th house. So that's where your concentration. So you're super concentrated and focused in other people's resources and healing with another person. Death, sex, intimacy. Death will be a huge theme for you. And also romance and play and children and creativity. So you'll be super creative here because your Mars is there and all these other things are there. So these 2 houses, you're going to be super focused on while you live there.
Right.
And so it's as you can see, it changes a lot about your personality. So if certain people are lacking, whatever, if it's confidence, if it's motivation, if it's whatever, fill in the blank, this is how you would counsel people. Is say I came to you and I want to lose weight and I have no motivation and I feel stuck in life. You would find where Mars is on the world map and suggest they take a vacation to tap into that Mars energy, to get them motivated, to get them more energy. And then you could cast the chart to say, hey, hypothetically, if you actually move there, your whole life would change and your whole chart would change and the themes in your life would change. And you're still going to be you at your core, of course, but
Right.
the themes and the focal point of your life changes. Is there another place that you're interested in visiting or taking a vacation or?
Well, more realistically, we would love to move to like Washington or Oregon. If we're talking about travel, Rob's never been to Hawaii. I would love to take him there.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to click on, like, what's your top vacation place you want to go to?
I mean, like now that I saw the Bahamas, I want to go to the Bahamas, but I would definitely first, before that, we were planning on Hawaii, or actually we were planning on going back to Jamaica,
Nice.
just the 2 of us.
So do you want me
Because
to
we
find?
went to Jamaica with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do Jamaica.
Okay.
'Cause that's
All right. So I am not familiar with where Jamaica is.
shit. It's off of Florida.
Okay.
I only know that because like we had to fly to Florida to fly to Jamaica. I
Okay.
think it's below, I think Kingston, where it says Kingston. I think that's like Kingston, Jamaica is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you have the Bahamas. You might as well go to the Bahamas. It's right there. So look,
It's even closer.
look at this. The Bahamas is right here and Jamaica's right. I mean, you might as well go. It's literally touching the Venus line. You should definitely go there. So Jamaica.
Cool. And I'm so glad I can't make babies because I'd probably make some more babies.
That's hilarious.
It's too easy to make those things.
For you generator people.
Man,
While you're here, you create life. Get used to it. All right, so it's your power line, it says. It's a Venus descendant. Chiron, it's zenith. Zenith means it's like the center, the original place. Like it's a very concentrated energy. Chiron's healing, of course. It's got crossing Mercury Uranus line, which you're used to that. It's got Moon Jupiter, Moon Saturn, Sun Saturn. So if we click off the details, we see what's the primary line, and it's your Venus descendant line. So again, it's that Bahamas. It's the same as the Bahamas. This is a very harmonious line for you and your partner. So I would absolutely take a vacation, just you and him. It'd be extremely healing to go on this line anywhere, and you might as well go to the Bahamas. It's right there.
Yeah, shoot. Well, now we have a reason. Even more. I just got to get this baby to be at least a year old, and then I'll feel better about leaving her.
Yeah. Did you want to read this part?
The Venus D5 or whatever DS line.
Yeah, it's the DS, which is your 7th house cusp. So yeah, go ahead and read that.
Okay. The emphasis here lies on all forms of relationships and shared experience. You feel estranged and unbalanced on your own, as if you were only half a person. The desire for completeness and intimate togetherness becomes the greatest motivating force in your life. You are prepared to put aside your own interests and to become fully available to accommodate the needs of your loved one. Your own personal interests lose their meaning, as it is far more important to love and be loved by another person. Generous compromises are made and small mistakes diplomatically overlooked. As a result of your obliging manner, you receive sympathy, friendship, and sincerity. You can feel rejuvenated by being in love and enjoy a happy and sociable time. Here, beautiful and pleasant people surround you. They attract you in a sensual and erotic way, and you long for closeness, tenderness, and the passionate union. Through meeting artists of all kinds, you gain insight into the fascinating world of shapes, colors, and sounds. This different way of living inspires your own creativity and conveys a feeling for a lighter, less complicated way of life.
Nice.
I like less complicated.
Yeah. So let's say that you move there. We could pull up the chart just for funsies and see what the theme would be. So what part of, do you want me to put the Bahamas or Jamaica for your chart?
Let's do Jamaica. And I've been to Ocho Rios, so we can just do that if you need a specific.
Okay. So then I'm going to switch the screen to the other chart. 1 second.
Yeah. I'm doing this thing.
Okay. So then we have to do, first we go down to the reference point, the default setting, and you click on modify data. You with me?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we
other town.
change other town. And then Ocho Rios
How do you spell that?
is what it's OCHO RIOS, 2 separate words.
Jamaica, there you go. And continue. So now we have a reference point. So then we scroll chart type and we scroll down to relocation, needs reference place, and parentheses chart, and then show the chart. And then bam, now you got all this 4th house stuff. But now you're ascendant. Now look at your ascendant, Virgo ascendant. So Virgo is the energies that are going to really, like, people are going to see you as a Virgo. You're going to take on that persona. It's analytical. It's the healer, though. Virgo is the healer. It's all about how can I be of service to people. So healing is a huge theme here. Your Pluto's in the 3rd house, so in the other chart it was in the 4th house. Now it's in the 3rd house. So you're healing, you're transforming through communication, because 3rd house is communication. Your neighbors, your siblings, talking, express it, like all that stuff, you're going to be transforming through communication. But the 4th house is all about the you it's all about your family roots. You You could have like deep ancestry at like in this line. I just feel like there's something with the past life, past something. You got all this fourth house. That's the past. So that you have some past connection with this line or this place.
Interesting.
And because you got Uranus there and the fourth, which is the awakener, right? So it's like it awakens you through fourth house is like family, land, lineage, the past. So by coming to this place, also you have the ability to like awaken these like realizations about your past. So it's showing me that like there's some past life connection there.
Interesting.
Or ability to really feel the past in this place. Because then Mars is like supercharging this house and all these other planets. So you're super focused on the fourth house while living here. And then Saturn's restricting you to look at this and it's maturing you. And then Neptune is the closest you can get to divinity is Neptune. So there's like this really deep ancestral past healing that occurs here. Interesting.
Very interesting.
And then look at your sun. Your sun and your Jupiter are in the sixth house, which is Virgo, which is health. So your health, like you're hyper focused on your health and healing others and being like a healing archetype person while living here. Let's see.
I have the other one open on my other screen and it has Mars, crossing Mars and Jupiter at the same latitude.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that it really improves my physical energy and willpower. My self-worth is on a natural high. It would appear that luck and success follow every action or transaction. Very adventurous. Share your good mood and motivate others with your enthusiasm, and so on.
Sounds like a really good place to like visit and to network while you're there. Like
pull from, for sure.
Yeah, like when you feel like crap, you're like, I need to go to my place on earth, my happy place on earth that recharges me and gives me everything I need. And that's what people when they get older do is they naturally, unconsciously are gravitated towards their happy place and then they buy a property there. And this is my summer home, or this is my winter home, or this is my retreat set. Like people already intuitively like know how to do this. It just helps that much more astrologically to get really specific.
Right.
But this could be like your summer home or your winter getaway, your second home. Like this would be a great place to buy property, buy land, go to retreats there. Like if they're doing retreats, some kind of healing retreats. But this is definitely one of your happy places for sure.
Now, is that line going to be like the same thing for everybody?
No, absolutely not. Like this could be my Pluto line. And this could be
but like crossing Mars and Jupiter. That is going to, so like that would be a place that if someone wanted to go on a retreat, I could look up that line.
Yeah, so Mars crossing Jupiter, yes. Okay. But yeah, you understand that everyone's chart's completely different.
Right. So that place isn't going to necessarily be the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Or won't be the same, but that line is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see. Do you have any specific questions about astrocartography? Because this is like, I mean, for a free website, astro.com, it's pretty awesome of how many charts there are for free.
Yeah, it's ridiculously amazing for free. And you want to know it is. So I definitely will. Let me any questions right away. I usually have to get in it and get to a place where I'm like, crap, I don't know what to do before I have a question.
No, I get it. But just if you had any otherwise we're gonna dive into some other charts.
Okay. let's dive into some other charts. I don't have any that I can think of right now, but
Okay.
I will have them, I'm sure. So
Okay.
just right now, we're good to go on.
Cool. So remember to change it back to your birthplace. Otherwise, when you pull up a chart and the other chart's going to say you're born in Jamaica, which messes up the longitude and latitude of the other charts. So make sure you change it back when you're done.
Okay. I will go change it back right now just so I don't forget.
So
actually, I can just use birthplace.
Yep. Just click on birthplace and you're good. So now let's look a little bit about these sections here. The round is mainly all the different charts you're going to pull up and readings. So I wanted to show you a synastry chart. Today, I wanted to show you the composite chart because there's like 4 different ones and it gets confusing. What else? The progressions chart.
Okay.
Then it's got natal transits and progressions combined. I mean, there's like so many different charts. Natal and prenatal. So before you even born. New moon chart.
Wow.
Natal and progressed new moon chart. What else is fun? Partners progressions.
Oh, yeah.
Progressed composite chart and midpoint method. So there's a lot of cool relationship charts. The lunar return chart. That's the one I use for people's, every month we go through a lunar return. So the lunar return means the position of your moon and the degree, like you have Gemini moon, it returns to that exact degree in that sign, then you would cast a lunar return chart. So I would click on, okay, well, what's the theme of the month for you in terms of your moon? And this would be your energy for the month. And it shows here, without even having to change the date, it naturally shows, oh, you had a lunar return starting May 13th this month.
Okay.
So that's when the moon went to Gemini, and then this is the chart it cast for the month. So until the next June, whatever, this is the theme emotionally for you. So look at all the Taurus you have. You have Taurus rising. You have all this stuff in your first house, which is the self. So all this stuff about yourself. Black Moon Lilith is here. So you have like this shadow. You had a really big triggering.
The moon and the sun.
A really huge.
I did.
triggering month about yourself and about your shadow stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's correct.
And then you get the point, but it's a really cool to like each month. I do this each month. Okay, my lunar return chart. And you know what's really cool is the Astro Codex, that app has the lunar return chart. You click on it. And it's got the little pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Of like the details of the aspects, because the aspects are probably the most important. And so every month you could just look at your lunar return in that app and look at the aspects and the theme of this month. But it's fun to go over with people that want to know the emotional atmosphere for the upcoming month.
Right. I have someone who would love that.
Nice.
And they call me like every new moon and every full moon so that I can tell them about what this moon is for them.
Nice. So then you could study the moon, the new moon and the full moon, and then you can pull up a lunar return chart on top of saying, hey, there was a full moon in Sagittarius, and this is the theme for your whole month.
For your whole month. Oh, they would love that.
Nice. So then we do I'm going to show you the solar return, because this is what the birthday charts are. When the sun returns, so solar return is your sun return, it's your birthday. It's when the degree of the sun you were born returns all the way around the zodiac to the exact degree and sign. And so, yay, it's your birthday, happy birthday. So then you pull up that chart, and this is the chart of the year. So then you notice, hey, look, it's got the date of my birthday. It happened 4:19 a.m. The sun returned to the exact position of the sun you were born. And this is the chart of your year until the next February 2022. So
my year is going to be like
look
that.
at all the Pluto in the first house, Capricorn rising year. You have a Capricorn rising year that's all about success and career, like focused on your success in your career, and you're maturing, and you're learning about crystallizing routines. You're learning about routines and sticking with things and focusing on things and working hard and being more serious about your goals and your dreams. And you got all this stuff in the first house. Holy shit, you got Pluto there. So there's a deep transformation happening within yourself this year. And Saturn is mature. Saturn's forcing you to focus on yourself. It's focusing, helping you mature, get stronger. And then Mercury's there. You're thinking more about yourself. You're thinking more about your body. The first house is your body. Jupiter's there. It's expanding the whole process. This is how you're growing. So you're very self-focused about the self this year. And then your sun is in the house of resources and money. It's in the second house. So money and resources are like you're thinking about those things. But your sun is shining its light. So you have a lot of resources right in front of you that you may not have noticed before. You have you have a financial abundance right in front of you. So the sun is showing you, it's highlighting this house to get you to see that you're super abundant and you have all the resources you need and you have all the money you could ever need right in front of you. But then Neptune's clouding it. It's putting a fog over it. It's like, it's creating insecurity around money and finances and resources. But that's the fog. It's an illusion. It's not, it's clouding what's real. And what's real is you're abundant as fuck. Because you have Venus there, and Venus is the great attractor that's attracting the second house stuff. It's attracting money. It's attracting resources. It's attracting people, places, and things that you need to be abundant. Just Neptune is clouding it a little bit.
Well, Neptune.
So yeah, definitely study. I'll just save this on my desktop so I can send it to you. But solar return charts are great. Like they're great way to, like, birthday chart of the year. It's a great way to market yourself too, is charts of the year, birthday charts. You could get I have yearly clients. That's all they do is they want to know their year, and that's it.
That's cool.
Solar return. Okay. So let's go to see what else is down here first. Lunar opposition chart, the chart of the exact opposite of the moon when you were born. It's part of your homework is play around with the charts. It's fun. There's like so many different charts. The draconic chart, we went over that last time. The higher self chart. You could do a comparison. It says comparison natal draconic. So this is you're comparing your natal chart to your higher self. So this is a cool chart.
Yeah.
because remember the draconic just moves the north node to 0 degrees Aries, so it moves the whole chart. So you got the outer wheel, all the red is the draconic, and the inner wheel is your natal. So it's comparing the two.
Okay.
But you get the software, and the software is going to open up your whole world because there's endless reports you print out for people and chart. I mean, it's really cool.
So the thing that I found in that, though, that I'm unsure of is I have a Mac.
Nice.
And yeah, until you want a program.
Oh, why?
And because not all programs run on Mac, they're strictly like Microsoft Windows. So like the Solar Fire one that you have that you told me is for Mac, it's called Astro Gold. And you don't get the reports included. You have to pay additionally.
Oh. Well,
so I think it's like an extra $200 to get the reports, which would be worth it.
I mean, I was gonna say I'd highly recommend. You could literally charge people. I like I said, I got charged $75 just for the report, and it's really fun to read your own reports.
Yeah.
And I would, but at the same time, like you do what you got to do, but I do highly recommend getting the reports.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, geez.
Okay, let's do a synastry report and then a composite report.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
So this synastry means partnership. Composite are their partnership relationship charts. So the synastry chart is the surface level personality of a chart with someone else. You could do a chart with anybody, your daughter, me, your husband, whoever. And all you're doing is comparing the personality. That's what synastry is. It's a surface level. Composite is like deeper soul level chart.
Okay.
So let's just pull up Rob. In the synastry chart. And so Rob is in red and you're in the inner wheel, which is blue.
Okay.
So this is your charts on top of each other. So how you would read this is your moon or his moon's on your first house. Your Ceres is on his second house. His Pluto's on your fourth house, and your Pluto is on his
ascendant.
I'm reading this wrong. So yeah, it's like
his Pluto or his moon is on my ascendant, and my Pluto is on his ascendant.
Well, his Pluto's on your IC line, which is
his Pluto's on my IC line, and my Pluto is in his ascendant, but not.
Yep.
Okay.
And then his Uranus is in your fifth house. So there's like a lot of change with romance and children and play and creativity, but you have Uranus there anyway, so it's just highlighting that. And your Uranus is on his second house of resources and finances, and so his south node is on your fifth house.
Okay.
And then his north node is on your 11th house. And then you have his Venus conjuncts your Chiron. So he's literally like healing you. He's like, you're healing each other. There's a healing and love.
Yeah, big time.
And then your Black Moon Lilith is on his Chiron. So your shadow issues are conjunct his own soul wounds. So you guys kind of have the same fears and the same soul wounds. But again, this is supposed to be personality. It's supposed to be on a surface level. I don't read things that way, but They say synastry is more of a surface level chart. But
Okay.
I'm
more of a soul level type of person.
I was gonna say, like, you're the type of astrologer you are, or is a deeper person anyway. So you're gonna read synastry as deeper soul level stuff anyway.
Okay. I feel like everything is deeper soul level stuff to me. I'm like,
yes,
I don't really care about the weather unless it's raining. And
yeah. Let's talk about what's real. So I see that this chart is you together, like it's kind of like putting you together. The composite chart is the third energy. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you are merging souls, the composite chart is the third energy. It's the relationship chart. It's not you combined. It's the third energy of what you created together. So this chart is like you together.
Okay.
So you got Venus on his fifth house. That's very harmonious. You conjunct each other's Eris, because Eris is very slow. It takes 50 years to move, so that makes sense. So yeah, I'll let you study this, but it's just interesting to know what you guys highlight for each other and where. And his Black Moon Lilith is on your sixth house of health. So then
if I were going to look up those types of things, how would I look that up?
You would literally put Black Moon Lilith. You would put synastry chart, Black Moon Lilith on my sixth house.
Okay.
But
just like Google it.
Always put synastry. But what you're going to want to do more is Google the composite chart.
Okay.
Because that's the third energy you're creating together. Like this is again.
So like basically read that composite chart as if it was a person that I was reading.
Yes. Yep.
Even though because it's okay.
Well, I'll show you it next so you have more of an idea what I'm talking about. But if you're going to Google this, just make sure you put synastry chart. Otherwise, it's going to give you composite chart stuff, which is not accurate.
Right. So if someone wanted to come to me and say like wanted relationship advice and they had both charts, I should definitely go to the composite one over the synastry one.
Do both. Just explain to them that this is you together on a more surfacey level, and the composite is the third energy that you create together. It's the bubble that we're always feeding, even if we're not next to the person. If I'm telling the person, if I'm feeding the bubble every day, you're feeding the bubble. So if Rob isn't present, you're still feeding the bubble, which is the third energy, which is the third. So it's like its own. Which is
like what you cultivate in a relationship.
Yeah, it's like its own being. So when people are in dysfunctional relationships, if they're not even present with each other, they're thinking thoughts of, I hate this person, I'm going to cheat on this person. All those things you think about are feeding the third energy. It's the relationship energy between you both, and people don't realize that that's always being fed.
Right.
And what thoughts you think about the person, they're going to receive it through that bubble.
Right.
So it's like the people that cheat and they don't tell their partners, they just fed the bubble, and the person intuitively knows because it felt that. It's like, hello. Like, how do you expect to get away with that? You're literally connected energetically. How do you think lying? I don't understand how people lie and expect to get away with it. It's like, you're literally.
Yep. It's how I explain it to my children. I'm like, you know what? You don't even need to tell me. I don't need to know. I tell them, I'm like, karma knows. That's what we're going to call it so that they understand it. Karma knows whether it was good or bad. Just like religion says God knows whether it was good or bad. Yeah. Same idea. I don't need to know. You already put it out there and you're going to get what you get. Like, I can't control that.
Yeah. It's a good thing to teach is what you get, what you put out, you get. It's the law of attraction and you can't run away from it. And when you see people in your life with continually shitty things happen to them, it's like, I don't feel bad for you. It's literally a reflection of what you put out. What do you expect? It's what you get. Sorry, it's the law of karma.
Yep. Have you ever seen that kids movie Boss Baby?
Yeah. They're Pluto and Capricorn generation kids.
It cracks me up because there's this part where it says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct. And that is like the most simple couple sentences, but it's so freaking true. And I also tell the kids that all the time, and myself, like, you create whatever it is you are thinking. So be careful.
Yeah. People are a lot more damn intuitive than we give people credit for. Like, when you're in sync with someone and you're romantically involved, especially, like, your chakras are connected energetically. Your root is connected, your sacral is connected. No matter how far apart you are on the planet, you are energetically connected still. And everything you think or say or do, the other person's going to get.
Yep. It's crazy. I believe it.
Yeah. So when you do relationship counseling with people, you know, those are things to, if people are having certain areas of, like, you know, my husband cheats on me or whatever the hell, like, you're going to get it all if you do relationship charts.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I already know.
So
but
now,
even like, I would study my own.
No, that's why I'm doing this. This is the funnest part, is learning through doing your own chart. So now we're going to do a composite chart, which is my favorite relationship chart. So there's many. It says reference method, natals, relationship charts, more relationship chart, reference place, multi-composite. There's so many, but the first one, composite chart midpoint method 2, is the easiest. It's the most straightforward. Again, you can play around with all of them, natal and partner outside. You could have your own. Well, I'll just show you real fast. It's the same of what I showed you, only it's a different style. You're in the middle, you're the blue, and he's the red. So it's exactly what I showed you, only it's more straightforward.
Right.
But again, the midpoint method composite chart is my favorite. So now the composite is the third energy. It's the relationship chart. It highlights what you are evolving together. So you always look at Pluto in a relationship composite chart. Is what are these two people evolving in this life together? And where are their greatest persistent challenges is Pluto. So Pluto for both of you is in the second house. And what is the second house? It's ruled by Taurus. It's money, it's finances, it's resources, it's value. What do you both value in each other? It's, do you have enough resources? Do you have enough money? Do you value each other? How much do you value each other? Those are the themes, like, throughout this whole partnership. Pluto is powerful in the way of there's a death and rebirth. So there's phases in your relationship where you'll go through, you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough resources, or you don't feel like you value each other enough, or whatever you had to, like, it's a continual death and rebirth related to those things. And it's a Scorpio, which is, it's at home with itself there. So it's a powerful transformative partnership. When two people have Pluto and Scorpio, it's these two people are really transforming some shit together. They're really evolving together.
That's the truth.
It's a continual death and rebirth, and this is how it's playing out in the second house. So it's an intense partnership of transformation, but how it plays itself out is through the second house. So Pluto is also power. So you have a lot of power in your resources. You have power and money. It's just, you need to really see it as that. It's not just about lack mentality. It's about, I have power there. I have a lot of resources. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of value in my partnership. I have big, powerful energy, Pluto, but it's there's always a death and rebirth. So it's more, even more, even more. So you'll get to these higher levels of evolving together through having more resources, having more value for each other, having more money, having more whatever. So that's what you help each other to evolve in this life, is stability, resources, valuing each other's presence and time, and just really understanding what value is to you. Like if this person passed away, which you'll both pass away eventually, and the end of your deathbed, what did you value on a soul level? What did you take from the whole relationship? What do you really, of all the things you guys did together, what was the thing you most value? That's what you're going to really uncover together. Is, oh, I really, really valued how fill in the blank.
Okay.
So yeah,
that makes sense.
So then you look at, the elements. You're pretty balanced in all the elements, because if you had all water, you'd be a very emotional, watery couple.
Okay.
If you had all air, right, you'd be a very intellectual couple. If you had all fire, you'd be like very active together. Or if you had all earth, you'd be like grounded and maybe lazy, or you'd have a lot of money or resources together. But you guys are actually pretty balanced. The only thing you're lacking would be air. You guys could definitely think more together, or communicate more, or study intellectual pursuits more together, or whatever. That's the only thing that's lacking.
Which is crazy, because we study and learn together all the time.
Good.
But I mean, and maybe that's something we overcome. Like maybe, like at the beginning, it wasn't something that was so easy, but
yeah, because it's a potential.
Yeah.
You guys have been together for a while, so
yeah.
The
this year will be 13 years.
Nice. So this is a really big year, because 13 is the transformation year. So this year together is the death and rebirth. So the 13th year is, you cannot continue the same way together, and you have to transform something so you can evolve the relationship. Because whatever's stagnant in the relationship, if you don't transform it, you can't really continue on stronger. So whatever you two have to transform together, it's a tough year. Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, we've gone through a lot of shit together, so we know how to get through that. And so it's already proven to be, but it's already almost, oddly and crazily enough, halfway over.
That's crazy. It's like June. So
it is crazy.
I have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
This is a very important chart to study.
Okay.
I could just save it on my desktop and send it to you. Composites.
Rob says hi, and be on the lookout. He's going to be sending you some of the writing he's doing.
Nice. Hi.
He's not in here right now. It was earlier, but he's like, don't forget. I'm like, I won't forget. It's just we're already in the middle.
I told him he's more than welcome to send me his creative work, because it's part of my job is to help people to unblock, and I really love seeing people unblock. And he's talented.
He's very talented.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's very talented.
So let's look
so
over.
He said look out for it, because he's already.
Oh, cool. Nice. So I want to, with the time we have left, I want to go over progressions chart, because that's a big thing in astrology, is people are going to ask you for their transit report. They want their progressions chart.
Okay.
We can go over more charts later, but these are like the main ones you're going to get people to ask, especially astrocartography is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
So
I've
let's
definitely
see.
seen it.
Progressions. All right, so it's not too far from the very top. You're going to scroll down to prognostic methods. It's going to be and progressions. It says progressed chart. You have natal and progressed chart. Let's look at just the progressed chart. And you're going to put in. So what a progressed chart is for, let me pull it up.
Okay.
For every, each degree, so it uses like 360 degrees. And each day that you're alive, it moves the planets a year. So a whole year.
Okay.
So essentially, you're looking at a cycle that you're in because it's moving the whole planets for every day. It's moving them a year.
Okay.
So the cycles are 2.5 years. So the chart lasts for 2.5 years. So the cycles that you're in are 2.5 year cycles. So what you look for is your personal planets only.
Okay.
So you're looking at your sun, moon, ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and sometimes Jupiter. The rest of them, because it's progressed, is just seeing the personal cycles you're in, their personal planets. There's really not a need to. You can, of course, but stick to the personal planets and your ascendant.
Okay.
Just to see the cycle you're in. So currently, and it changes the date for you on this website, which is cool. It's handy because the math gets complicated. Because on my software, I have to figure out the math.
Okay.
This just does it for you. It says March 25th, 1986.
Right.
Is when the progression chart was cast. And then from there, that's what the cycle they figured out where the cycle is that you're in now.
Okay.
What makes it super easy.
Yeah.
So this cycle that you're in, so let's change the date. I'm going to see how long you've been in this cycle.
Okay.
So let's change it to, so notice your Virgo rising, Virgo moon. So let's change it to next year. Oh, what happened? Where'd it go? Yep. So next year, you're still in the same cycle. Yeah, you're in this cycle a while.
Yeah. So the cycle can last more than 2.5 years then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would study definitely progress charts because this is what people want the most, in my opinion. Because people want to know what the brighter, wider, higher perspective of why things are happening in their life. They want to know what cycle, because I'm having a Virgo rising year like you, or a Virgo rising cycle. And guess who all I'm attracting are Virgos. So the universe is, because everything wants to show you yourself and wants to help you evolve. If you're going through a Virgo rising year, I bet you're going to attract some Virgo people because you haven't learned that yet. We're not Virgo rising. We don't really have strong Virgo. So I've been attracting a shitload of Virgo
Right.
people. So the universe wants to show me, I need to learn this energy. This is new. And so the universe, you're in this cycle, meaning you're learning how to Virgo. You're learning how to, your risings in Virgo, you're learning, well, what is Virgo? It's the healer, it's being of service, it's over analytical, it's not being so attached to emotions. Because Pisces, the opposite axis, because which I want to go over another class, each of the axis points, the polarity points, the axis of Virgo and Pisces is the axis of service. They're both about being of service and helping humanity. It's just that Virgo doesn't get attached to emotions. Virgo is more like it's withdrawn and it watches its emotions pass by, but it doesn't get attached to the emotion. But Pisces gets so stuck in the feeling of emotions where they don't see outside of the emotion. So it's Virgo energy is like teaching you how to not get so attached to emotions and more like have an analytical perspective, not to be a robot and not feel, but to like not be so caught up in the drama of how you're feeling.
Okay.
Because how you're feeling is not who you are. You're not your feelings. It's just how you're feeling it, but that's not who you are. So this cycle, you have a Virgo moon, your Virgo rising, your sun is in Aries. Your sun and your Venus are in Aries. Your Mercury is in Pisces. Your Jupiter is in Pisces. So if you were to move your chart around and study these things and pretend that this is your birth chart now for the next 2.5, 3 years, that this is the cycle you're in. So you're learning how to Virgo. You're learning how to detach from your emotions a little bit because your moon's there. You're learning how to be more assertive because the sun and Aries people are like, I get what I want. I'm going to go for what I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm not going to ask permission. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. I have a son who's on that.
So you're learning these things this cycle. And then Venus and Aries, how you love is very more assertive. Like, I'm going to tell people I love them. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care if you don't love me back. I'm going to tell people I love you. Like, but Venus and Aries is also very hardworking people. Very, very, very hardworking people. You got Mercury in Pisces, which you already have in your natal chart. So this isn't new for you. Jupiter, I think your Jupiter's in Pisces too, isn't it? Or is it Aquarius? No, yours is in Aquarius.
I don't even know. Probably.
Yeah, I think your Jupiter's in Aquarius. So now it's in Pisces, which Jupiter's in Pisces right now for everybody. It's like it's like retrograding, but then it'll go back to Aquarius. But Jupiter in Pisces is more in tune with their emotions. So like you have this polarity going on, cycle of the more you
stay
are
in tune, but don't be so in tune.
Yeah. Well, you still feel your emotions and think for the collective and feel for the collective, but at the same time, be more analytical about the emotions you're feeling. Like, yes, you're an intensely emotional person and you feel, but again, Virgo wants you to detach a little bit and not get so caught up in the drama of people's emotions or your emotion or.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
So I'm also going to send you this chart. So do you have any questions about this one?
No, not about this one. I would just, read it like it's there.
Okay.
So down at the bottom here, like by the aspects, it says, does that say 7 year? What is that the blue down?
Yeah, the moon is at 14 degrees.
Okay.
7 minutes year, and then it switches to 7 degrees 71. What is that? All right. This is actually something that I need to research because I've seen it once before, and it's basically saying it's going to be in this degree, and then when the first year is over and it moves the cycle, then it's going to move a different degree, but it says 71. So it looks like 71, which doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Normally that little hash mark means it's the minutes, and 71 minutes doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to, so I'll write that down right now. So I'll have to get back to you on that.
No, that's fine. I was just looking. I was like, if I had a question, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know what that is either. Oops.
Okay.
So again, in the aspects, it's all about the aspects. It's how the planets are communicating with each other in your cycle. So in your cycle, you have the sun opposing the moon, or moon opposing Mercury. You have all these squares to Mars. Look, I mean, it makes sense if you're lacking motivation in any way. You got all these squares to Mars. So if you want to get something accomplished, it's like the square is blocking you from that energy or from that motivation. So like there's all these squares. So if you feel like you're not moving enough, or things aren't excelling enough, or things aren't going as fast as you want, well, that's why you have all these squares to Mars.
Right.
So the aspects,
all these things testing me.
Yeah. So I would really love for you to study the aspects of your progressions chart, because it's the cycle you're in, and it's how the planets are operating and communicating with each other. So they're either like you're learning these lessons right now, like the trines and the sextiles and all these things are harmonious. Like your Venus and Uranus is like a trine. That's super harmonious in the way of like you're attracting, like awakening, like attracting people, places, and things that are like exciting and eccentric, and the way you communicate and the way you show your love and the way you talk and speak are very harmonious to your higher intelligence, your genius, your eccentricity. That's like learning astrology. That's super harmonious for you right now. Learning any kind of higher knowledge, esoteric stuff, because Venus trine Uranus is super harmonious. So, but there's things to study in this chart that go, oh, okay, that's why I'm blocked in this area, or that's why things are flowing in this area. So the aspects are super important to research.
Yeah. What are the numbers in the boxes with the squares? Are those the degrees or?
Yeah. So it says -3 degrees down here.
Okay. Yeah,
these are the degrees, because there's something called an orb in astrology. So this is actually the next class. I think I wrote it down in the schedule.
Okay.
We're going to go over the degrees, and we're going to go over the different types of charts, like bucket charts and splash charts, but the degrees are its own class.
Yes. So it will be easier to check out these aspects and stuff when my book comes in.
Yep.
Okay.
These are not transiting aspects, though.
So I can just look at regular aspects
these you would read as if it's a natal chart. Yep.
Okay.
Only thing
so
is,
can I pull some of them from this book then?
Yeah, because I wish it had Chiron in there.
Yeah.
But no, that book
I can look up.
Yeah, that book you could pull from. I always recommend pulling from a book rather than the internet, but you do what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, so for sure. I do prefer the book too, because like even today, like when I was starting to do my homework, I was like trying to figure out, because I don't have everything memorized yet as far as like the planets, the rulers, and which houses they're in.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was finding contradictory stuff, and I was like, where can I find it in my book? Can I find it in my book? And I wasn't easily finding it.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about being a researcher, is you're going to find, that's astrology even says it's a contradictory science, because there's these planets are saying this and this other thing is literally just saying the exact opposite, but it's one aspect
of the totality of who you are, and it leaves it open for interpretation. So astrology is very intuitive because
Right.
there no one astrologer is the same, and that's where it's fun because you're naturally drawn to things that you're like, I'm going to dive deeper into this because not a lot of people are talking about this, or this is so damn contradictory that I'm going to research more of this, and I'm going to find what means the most to me, my own meaning, because this is all intuitive.
Yes.
But the left brain part of astrology, that's why I love astrology. It uses both parts of the brain. You got the mathematics and you study the cycles of the planets. And this is like the astronomy part. The astronomy part is studying the planets, studying the cycles, studying how big or small, how far off in the galaxy. Like I have an astronomy app, like a constellation app.
Mm-hmm.
And I study the planets and I study the constellations and I study, like, that's the left brain part of this, because there's math involved. Before this existed 60 years ago, you had to write your own charts, and that's all math. Now people are lazy.
Yeah.
And now it's all right brain, and it's like, oh, well, the computer does it for me, so then I don't really know. But if you took that away, you'd realize how many astrologers don't know what the hell they're doing. And that's why, like, part of the advanced course is this. I'm going to teach you, like, the math, the hard part, but the intermediate is you have to at least get down the left brain part of the intermediate courses. You have to understand the planets. You have to understand the cycles. So anyway, so yeah, your homework this week, just do your best. Study the different charts we went over.
Okay.
And
I took a bunch of notes, so I have.
Yeah, and then play with the other charts. Like, go back to the chart selections and pull up the other charts and just check them out. And, like, see which ones you're drawn to or which ones you're guided to dive into more. And it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
The only question I have is there an easy reference sheet for me to find which planets rule which houses so that I can do those worksheets? Or do I have to?
I would honestly, all the information I pulled from, I mainly use that book, the Cosmic Science book.
Okay.
And you read the houses.
Okay.
And but I will, you know what, like it's kind of inspiring to I could make something, like a little cheat sheet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do that. I've pulled a couple different things from the internet and was like, okay, I can just like make my own cheat sheet so that I have everything in my face. So that's really funny that that's where you go in, because like this is Rob so far. I don't even know what you can see.
I can barely see that.
I know, so I'll have to like take a better picture of it. But I had some questions because like hold on. So like the 11th house has more than one ruling planet, or just one ruling planet and a ruling body? I don't know. Like, so one thing I found says like the 11th house is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Is that so, or is that not so?
Well, yeah, there's this like ancient rulers too to planets. Like you got Mars used to be Pluto. I mean, Aries, the ancient ruler was Pluto. Now that it has its own Mars. But yeah, there's stuff like that. Like we're talking about ancient rulers and the history of astrology and all those things. So the cheat sheet now would be like what modern society says what rules each house. But like 50 years ago, there's co-rulers to the house. So that's where, if you're interested in those things and you're drawn to those things, because everything's open to interpretation and nothing's really, it is constantly evolving. So that's where you would, gravitate and research your own stuff. But like I never deeply got into the old house rulers.
I got
Okay.
into the planets, the old ruling planets. And
Right.
then it talks about the 13th sign of the zodiac and all this. Like I'm interested in that. But I
Right.
don't know much about the old rulers of the houses.
Okay. So, like, for example, does Mars rule the first house or the eighth house?
The first. Because
Okay.
it talks about the ancient ruler was Pluto, and Pluto rules the eighth house. So that's why
Okay.
it's like, it talks about the old rulers of the planets. But
Okay.
I can make a cheat sheet and do a little, there's a few planets that have old rulers. Like Uranus, the ancient ruler was Saturn before Uranus came along.
Right.
But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that, and
Okay.
I'll
So what I'll do is I'll just do a few and then I'll send them to you and you can show me where I was right or wrong.
Well, I
You know,
I don't have a
I'll just
problem
send
making. I can type up a little cheat sheet.
Thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Tell her I won't bombard her with random poems forever.
Did you hear?
Yeah, I did. Well, I love you guys. I'm gonna
you.
get going, but I'll
Okay.
send you an email. I'll type up. Just give me like a day, and I can type up some stuff.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.